guess what? My kids, they don't eat all the food that I make on this channel. And yes, it often upsets me that I put in a lot of effort to make and develop recipes, which I often share with you throughout the videos here, and they turn their noses at my food because they don't want it, because it's got green specks, because it's fishy, because there's onions, because, I don't know, maybe the spaghetti wasn't cooked too hard, it wasn't cooked all the way through, or the rice is too hard, or the oats are too dry, or the muffins taste funny, or they're not sweet enough, and the list can go on and on and on. So today's video is not so much of a recipe, but a lot of tips that I have for you guys who are also struggling to feed your picky eaters. And here I am every week sharing recipes with you that I try at home, that I try to get my kids to eat, that at least I offer it to them. After years of going to feeding therapy with one of my kids and seeing a nutritionist to try to make sure that my kids were eating enough nutritious foods, I've picked up a lot of tips and tricks that I often share with my community members and in a free e-course that I'm gonna link right below this video. All my tried and true mom tips, as well as the therapy sessions, all summarized for you. And there are some printables that you're gonna get from how to make your family meals better to awesome lunchbox builders that help you pick and choose proteins, fruits, and veggies, all to help you expand what your kids are eating. Now, if there's one thing that I often get emails about is about hiding veggies in kids' food. Now, that strategy works for some people, it doesn't work for other people, but there is one recipe that I talk about, which is tomato sauce as a vessel to hide veggies, or not really hide it, but infuse your tomato sauce with more nutrition. I do have a recipe for broccoli pesto on this channel, which I'll also link below, that I show you how to use broccoli as the base to make a pesto sauce with all the flavors that we all love from pesto sauce. What I love about that broccoli pesto is that it literally tastes just like regular pesto, and it's really easy to incorporate into tomato sauce, into pizza, into pasta, and just about anything. Here I have about 24 to 28 ounces of tomato sauce that I've made for a different recipe. Now, whether you use store-bought or homemade tomato sauce, it doesn't matter. But the idea is that you're gonna have about 4 to 6 cups of sauce, and then you're gonna have about 1 cup of the veggie pesto. The reason it's so important to use pesto is that because pesto is typically made with garlic, olive oil, basil, so it infuses the food with a lot of flavor that kids typically like. And because of that, it's really easy to then add other veggies in a sauce. So I simply heat up my sauce in a pan, and once my tomato sauce is warm, I take about 1 cup of pesto and add it straight into my pan. Now, what I love pesto is that you can make a ton ahead of time, a big batch, and freeze it. And you can just use a cube or two of frozen pesto in your sauce and in your meals. Now, I did actually print out a couple of questions from the emails because I didn't want to make sure I forgot here to share with you whether should your sauce be smooth or should it be chunky. It really doesn't matter whether your sauce is smooth like mine or a chunky tomato sauce or marinara sauce. It really depends on what your family really enjoys. My biggest suggestion to incorporate veggies into meals is to use the vessel that your kids already love and enjoy eating. So if it's pizza, awesome. Instead of pizza sauce, put some of the broccoli pesto or any pesto sauce or veggies in your tomato sauce, which is gonna be underneath a cheesy layer. Now, maybe it's pizza chicken. I've got this awesome recipe for pizza chicken on this channel that is baked chicken with tomato sauce and Parmesan cheese and mozzarella. Super delicious, I'll link it below. Now I have a paleo chili recipe on this channel that is full of veggies that my kids absolutely love, and while they would typically pick the veggies out, on a tip that I tell my parents in my community is to chop the veggies really fine, and you don't have to sit there and chop with a knife. I have a video showing you how I use my blender, you guys. How I use a blender to finely chop carrots, zucchini, onions, everything that goes in the chili. I'll link that for you so you can finely chop all this nutrition right into your recipes. So all you have to do is warm up this tomato sauce or marinara sauce with the veggies in it. Now, if you do start to add things like pureed carrots or pureed zucchini or pureed butternut squash, you know, white and orangey foods, your tomato sauce might take on that color as well. So it's no longer gonna look as bright red. It may kind of go more in the orange fashion. So, you know, you just have to play around with your quantities. But the great thing is that you could use this sauce for anything and everything. Like my breaded chicken strips are a huge kid favorite. Cheese twist chicken nuggets. I have tortilla pizzas that you can make in the toaster oven really quickly, and just about any recipe out there you can use a veggie filled tomato sauce and comes together in about 5 minutes. So the recipes for all that and all the printables for you to help you build lunches and make meals easier are gonna be right below this video. So if you're struggling with picky eating like I've been for years, all the resources are right below. See you next time.